Betty.
Well, poor little Betty in her smelly clutch now. She's got a smelly
No pun
clutch
intended.
now. Yeah. I said clutch. Good morning. No, it's not actually. It's afternoon.
It is. It's 1:45.
Is it already?
Wednesday the 25th of October.
Yes, exactly.
Tomorrow.
7 hours and 50 minutes from now, we'll have been doing this for one whole year.
Hey.
So we thought we'd make a special little video. We were going to do a live show, as you know, and we kept promising to do it. And unfortunately, we just haven't been anywhere that's given us enough upload signal. You know, some people can do it. We actually can't. So we decided we'd do the Q&A with all the questions that you've sent us over this year. And we do it all now. And we'll put it up as a video. And hopefully, by the time I upload this, because believe me, it will take 12 hours to upload, we'll be on day 0.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, we're on 7 hours and 49 minutes. So, I've written them all down. Lorna's not seen any of these questions. Just to keep it a bit... I've seen some, but... They're not in any particular order. Some are on here, some are on the laptop over here, and we'll just fire away with them if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah.
Like I say, sorry it's not a live. So on here, I should just read them. Will Europe figure in your plans?
No, not at the moment. No, we've both lived abroad. We've both travelled quite extensively abroad over the years, and we just feel that that's enough for us at the moment. We're not bothered about weather within reason. Obviously, we don't like it when it pees down for weeks on end, but you know, we're not sun seekers, and there is so much of this beautiful country of ours that we haven't seen. So that's really what we're going to aim for in the near future, anyway.
Yeah, I would second that.
Won't ever rule it out.
No, I was going to say, I wouldn't ever rule it out, especially if we get a really bad cold winter one time. We might bugger off to Spain. Okay, is van life everything you thought it would be?
And more.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think, you know, I mean, we're not totally new to it in as much as in the past I've owned a motorhome. I also used to get my mum's motorhome and borrow that and go on holiday. Steve's lived in statics.
And a camper van.
Yeah, and a camper van, and we've always done camping holidays. So it's not as if we jumped into this totally blind, not knowing what we were looking at. But no, I think, you know, it's everything and more. It's lovely.
I would say we'll go into more detail in different things, but because I know what some of the questions are that are coming up, so that will think, does Steve ever cook?
Occasionally. Very rarely.
I used to cook a lot more at home, didn't I?
Yeah. I like cooking. We actually call ourselves Team Loader because, you know, one good thing about me and the old chap here is that we fit like hand in glove. You know, everything we do, we kind of naturally slot into different tasks. And I love cooking anyway. I find it in a van, it's a challenge to do the different stuff. So that role usually falls to me, not for any other reason than the fact that I love it.
But I do make a mean corned beef hash.
You do. Where are you going?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Where are you going?
And chilli. Shepherd's pie. Which I will show you one day. I did it on the other channel. But there you go. I'm just getting through these ones on it because they're not any things. What are your plans for this winter? Which you've probably already seen if you've seen any of the other videos. We should point out, if you're new here, we live full-time in this motorhome, travelling around the UK. And at the moment, we're in Wales, actually in Pembrokeshire. And we're on a 6 months winter tour, if you like.
Tour of Wales. We wintered last year in Scotland. We want to do some summer in Scotland as well, but we aim to be coming down that side of the country and across the bottom, visiting family, and our intention was always to aim to be in Wales. And as Steve said, we came over the Bristol Channel and we've gone along the bottom of the South Wales, and we're now pretty much at the end of that, near St David's area.
We're over West Wales now, really.
And then after next week, we'll be heading slightly north to Aberystwyth, and then our intention is to zigzag across, and we'd like to be in North Wales for Christmas and the period after that.
Snowdon.
Yeah.
Will you be doing a meetup? We're too smaller a channel for anything like that. I think we do. If anyone ever wants to come up and meet us where we are, that's no bother at all. In fact, we've got a couple of friends that we made in Somerset are actually meeting us here in a week's time, aren't they? Or next Monday.
Come and spend a week with us, and we met up with Graham and Wendy. You guys,
hello, Graham and Wendy.
And we will intend to meet up with them again, and we're in contact with them quite often.
What else we got on here? Any favourite YouTube channels? Favourites?
It's hard to say.
We watch a lot of different ones, don't we?
Yeah, obviously we've got quite a few of like-minded people in the van life that we watch. A lot of them we watch all the time, very regularly.
Where's he gone?
he's up the end. He's up the end. We watch quite a few.
We watch Trevor and Pat. Country Van Life, obviously, because Stephen's a great bloke.
Camper Vibe. We
Roaming in Raymond.
Yeah, Motorhome Mums.
Watch them all, really.
Yeah,
Urban
we do.
Motorhome. Yeah. Occasionally the Roaming Radfords.
We do. And then
Urban Van Life. Love a bit of Urban Van Life.
And then we pick up on some as they come up.
Grape Soda Travels. I got it in, Naomi, you're all right. And definitely the Motorhome Mums, or did you already say that? Yeah, Motorhome Mums is one of our favourite channels.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm going to get some more off of here because some of those are a bit repetitive. What we got here? Let me see.
You right, Chancellor Boy? Have you said hello?
Right.
Look,
I might have to keep leaning forward to read these because they're a bit small. Right.
Hello, look. Say hi to the people.
As a fellow auto trail owner, I'd be interested in what sort of miles per gallon you're getting. We are getting 25 on a steady run. I would say 20.
Bearing in mind we're also towing.
Yeah, I would say 20. Sometimes a little bit less depending on what part of the country. When we was in Scotland, definitely less when we were going up and down hills.
Yeah.
Between 18 and 20, I would say.
But that's one of the reasons why we've got the car, because we have a direction and we aim for an area, and then we tend to stay in that area for a period of time, and then we do all our visiting and exploring using Betty, our little Kia. Subsequently, we managed to keep the mileage in the van down to a minimum, whereas most of the mileage is done in Betty, who is a lot more economical, obviously.
Sam Monks, who asked us this ages ago, has your motorhome been retuned, or would you consider getting this done? It hasn't been retuned. It hasn't even been serviced this year because it was serviced just before we left home. Or our old house, and it's only literally just coming on to 3,000 miles now.
Bearing in mind what I was just saying previously.
Personally, I don't think 3,000 miles needs a service, so we saved the money until next year. And we'll do it then. Hope that answers that one. When are we going to see some more Chancellor Cam? Chancellor Cam was back in Scotland, wasn't it? When I put it on the camera on his back and he went off through the woods. Yeah. I'd love to, but the trouble with it is the harness is moving around. So pretty much out of like an hour's worth of filming, you got about 10 seconds that was usable. So if I can get it to work properly, it would be. I will do some more. And what breed is Chancellor?
Chancellor's a McNab.
It's a McNab Shepherd.
He was a McNab Shepherd or a McNab Collie or whatever, but a McNab dog. If you Google it, it's MCNABB. Probably best you just read up on it because it's quite an involved story, but it is quite interesting. But long story short, he was taken by a farmer who went to settle in California to herd sheep. His border collies weren't coping with the terrain and the heat, being bombarded. So he bred some of his dogs with the local Spanish Shepherd dog, and hence how this strain or type was born, and they're currently very popular in America. They're not recognised as a breed in the UK yet.
Cattle dogs in the
But
States.
yeah, in the States they're used an awful lot as stock dogs and cattle dogs. So basically he's like 99.8% border collie with a touch of something else, so it makes him a little bit more robust.
A little bit chunkier.
Yeah, and strong.
He is a little
And he's trying to get down
now.
at the moment because he knows we've got the cameras on, and for some reason he doesn't like being on camera.
Oh, this is a good one. Have we ever thought about being campsite wardens for a season?
Very much, yeah. We've thought about that quite a lot. Even before we
left.
set off, we thought, well, we wanted a year. Hence, we're coming up to the end of that period now where we just enjoyed ourselves, basically. But we thought then if we needed to, and we so far we don't because we've kept well within our budget.
Oh, yeah, budget.
We thought that might be an option to perhaps earn a little extra cash. So it's still on the cards, and there are lots of jobs out there, surprisingly enough. Yeah.
If not campsite wardens, we quite fancied site sitting.
Yeah.
Looking after a site for 6 weeks and stuff like that while owners go on holidays or things like that. So if there's any of you watching...
Well, one of the sites we went to when we were in Scotland, I won't mention names obviously, but he was offered a job abroad, so it would mean his wife was going to be left alone a lot of the time, and we were talking to him about that, and he says, oh, I'll bear that in mind because, that might be quite useful if he was away and his wife needed a hand to run the site as well as work full time. So
yeah.
It's
definitely not it's definitely not off the cards, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's move on. Can Lorna drive Effie, and has she had a go?
No, Lorna hasn't yet. Lorna's still trying to stir up the bottle to be able to do it. I'm going to do it.
Although Lorna did get in the driving seat when we first arrived here, which you will see on the very next video, by the way. Unfortunately, I didn't have the camera rolling, but I had to tow this back off the grass with little Betty Carr. And Lorna actually had to use the throttle and stuff in here. But I know for a fact Lorna could drive this an absolute piece of you-know-what.
It's confidence. It's because we're towing as well. I mean, we don't drive her without the car on the back ever. So
Lorna used to tow our trailer. Absolutely fine.
And I should. And
I absolutely know.
I look at myself as being quite a good, competent driver. In my job, I used to drive, 1,300 miles a month on occasion in the past, so I will do, but at the moment I'm still trying to stir up the guts to do it.
But we will be we were hoping to do some more in the summer, weren't we, but the chance didn't really arise, did it, in places to do it and stuff. But it's definitely on the cards. What else have we got? Oh, sorry, there was a bit I missed off there. Or doesn't her licence cover her? Well, it does.
Yeah, I'm one of the quite lucky ones that I passed my test before they changed it all with the towing laws and everything else. So I've got a C1. C1 on my licence, and quite a lot. I can do this and tow the car and everything else.
And
so,
I've got HGV as well. So
no problems.
Yeah, we've got no bother there. Right, moving on to Nikki S, I do believe. I assume the size of the setup you have, what with the tow car, etc., means it would potentially be difficult to wild camp, go overnight pub stops. Is that something you regret, given that you have to pay for campsite fees all the time?
Well, we've done lay-bys.
Yeah, we've done a couple of lay-bys. We definitely will be doing more wild camping next year.
Yeah.
That's for certain. We were more worried. The wild camping situation was more of a worry about our electrics, to be honest with you. It just wasn't. I wasn't confident, but I am now. I know we're going to make some changes in the spring. But even what we've got, I now realise we can go quite some time actually without hook up and stuff. So it was more that, and it is difficult because of the size of us, but there are places. And do we regret it? No. I would say no, because personally, a lot of people, we're living like this. You guys only see when we go out somewhere and all that. There's an awful lot of time when we're just living in the van and being in a surroundings for, 4 days out of 5, really.
Yeah.
and the 5th day we might be out, and that's what you see and stuff like that. So I'd rather be on a campsite. This is way cheaper than living in our old
Oh
house.
God, yeah.
We were paying out
Yeah.
£1,400 a month, weren't we?
Yeah.
In our
Council
old
tax
house.
was £300.
Yeah, council tax was £300 a month, but this is way cheaper. And when you see this site we're on now, our garden at the moment is 3 acres of beautifulness with a woodland at the bottom.
Yeah, and a stream that
And
goes to a river.
I mean,
yeah.
not all sites are like that, obviously, but I'd rather this than paying £10 a night to park up in Whitby car park.
Yeah.
To be honest with
Yeah,
you, not that there's
yeah.
anything wrong with that. If that's what you want to do and you want to go over the thing, but with Chancellor and the way he is with other dogs walking past the van and stuff, no,
No,
I don't have any regrets. But I do want to do more. If
Yeah,
that makes sense.
if we find an opportunity, we certainly grab it. But no, we're not looking for it at the moment.
Will you be looking to try and find some free, cheaper alternatives in time, or do you think you'll stick with campsites? Well, I think we just kind of answered that.
Yeah, pretty much.
We will look. We are always on the lookout for cheap.
Yeah.
We're always scouring through, like, where's the £7 sites, stuff like that. It's just this time of year, in my opinion, we need hookup.
We do, and also we're in Wales, and we've noticed a lot of the sites that we've looked at are closed. They are seasonal, so they don't open all year round. And as Steve said, we do really need hard standing. We are heavy. We don't sit on grass very well unless it's absolutely rock solid.
We only went literally 2 foot onto that grass,
and we were spinning
stuck,
like a good one,
completely stuck, and there was no one here to pull us back, was there?
Except for poor little Betty.
Well, poor little Betty and her smelly clutch now. She's got a smelly
No pun
clutch
intended.
now. Yeah. I said clutch.
Oh dear, excuse us.
Her clutch was definitely screaming at me.
That's all right though.
It was
thank
putting
goodness.
5 ton back, right. Do you find being in a confined space has caused problems getting on each other's nerves more than you would be in a house?
No, not really. No, there's no.
First week, there was first week or 2 weeks, I would say, there was a definite learning curve of, right, Lorna's got up off of the settee, so I won't get up, to get past. And you fall into that after a while. So as one sits down, one gets up and goes and does
sort
their
of
thing.
automatic now.
Yeah,
You sort
yeah,
of
totally.
adapt to the space that you're in. And, Steve's got a lot of his stuff up in the main bedroom. We did struggle with that. We're no spring chickens, and the only downside with this van was the transverse bed, which we didn't really want. But we got it because everything else, the boxes were ticked left, right and centre. So we decided in the end, I'm quite happy. I've got one of these beds out here pulled out, out, which it stays like that all the time. Excuse me, the dog's on the move. So I'm quite happy to actually sleep out here. So then Steve's got the actual bedroom bit with most of his video equipment. So, if he's editing, he can go and shut himself away up there without there being any problems, with, I want to do this or I want to do that. So we're not in each other's way.
And our sleep patterns have never, ever, in all the time we've been together, have never coincided.
No.
I don't go to sleep till well into the early hours of the morning because I can't get to sleep without watching the telly. That drives Lorna mad. So when we had the house, Lorna quite often used to get up and go and sleep in one of the spare rooms anyway, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, it suits us. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So yes, all good.
But I can sleep out here as well.
Oh yeah.
This makes a huge double bed.
Yeah. No.
So, as for getting on each other's nerves, never really been an issue for us because we've always said we can be in the same space doing 2 totally different things, but the fact that we're in the same space is nice for both of us.
And we talk.
Yeah,
We've always talked, and I think that's a really good one in any relationship, Don't go to bed on an argument. Not that we've had any serious arguments in the 15 years that we've been together, not really. We've bickered, obviously, it wouldn't be human if we didn't. Shut up. But no, like I said earlier, team loader, and it's all good. We're each other's best mates, so it works out fine.
We call it Loaderland, don't we?
Loaderland, that's where we live,
We live in Loaderland, and people occasionally get invited in. but not often. What else we got then? Right. What have you bought specifically for use in the motorhome that has been a complete waste of money and never gets used? Bloody hell, loads. A complete
I've
waste.
put it away again now, Steve. It wasn't a waste, but it's just the way we're set up. Steve bought this like a draining board thing that pulls out with a bucket thing on the end that pokes down so you can put your vegetable peelings in it. It's a good idea, but it don't work because it don't really fit anywhere. And putting it away and getting it out every day, so that don't get used.
I am gadget mad,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So
always.
before we set out embarking on this new life of ours, I kept seeing things on Amazon thinking, great idea,
Right.
like a rotating thing that goes in the fridge. No, rubbish. 15 quid, threw that away. Oh God, there's so many
Not
things.
serious things,
Yeah, not
actually.
not serious
not
things.
stuff that
We
we're
bought a lot of
wasting
stuff with us. Definitely bought a lot of stuff
Which
with
over
us.
the last year we've actually got rid of a lot of stuff.
And we
We've
are
narrowed it down now.
There is still stuff in the garage now. I very much doubt
Probably
we're going to
still
use. I've got like a whole live stream studio in the garage to put in here, but obviously we're not live streaming.
You've got your
so
VR stuff as
my
well, which you haven't used since you've
VR
been away.
stuff, haven't used that in a year. Yeah, there is quite a bit actually. This is a bit okay.
Yeah, I saw that one. I don't really know.
No,
that
it's all right. I've noticed that Lorna likes a beer. Are you Do you?
I don't know, do I?
Are you comfortable with that? Is it difficult at times? Sorry if that's a bit personal. It's not a problem whatsoever for me. I didn't read the last bit of it.
I can't. My eyes have been done, but that's so tiny. I assume it's somewhat like me being an ex-smoker, whereby I wouldn't even contemplate having a cigarette now. It would be utterly revolting.
Yeah.
What do you miss, if anything, about living in your old home?
Right.
Two-part question,
get into
really.
the first bit. No, it's not a problem. As you know, I am a recovering alcoholic. It's been 10 years now since I had a drink. Over 10 years. It was 10 years back in March. When I first came out of rehab and stuff, Lorna quit drinking completely. And it drove me mad. No, it did. Sorry, but it drove me mad because I felt guilty. Terribly, terribly guilty that Lorna's life had to change. I mean, it was bad enough that she'd had to put up with me in the latter stages of my disease. How I wasn't violent or anything like that. But let's get that clear.
No,
but
no,
I was
God, no.
just drunk.
A mess.
I was just a mess, yeah. But no. Anyway, I found it hard because Lorna had to change everything about it, and she quite willingly
it's
did.
It's not a problem. It's not something I'm worried about. But
Lorna, anyway, I said to Lorna, I'd rather you drink, and I think that's helped me because I've had umpteen chances to have had one of Lorna's beers when she's not been looking, and haven't because I know. From me, I don't want to make this about alcoholism. I know my disease. I know it will kill me. I know my marriage will be over, this will be over, and everything else. So it's not a problem at all because, to be honest with you, after 10 years, and this was the same after about 8 months, I rarely give it a thought.
No, he just puts it on to me now. It's like, we've got enough beers. Do we need to go out and buy some wine? Do we enough? Hey.
I have put my alcoholism onto Lorna.
No, not literally.
No, not literally. You can take or leave it, but I do kind of like worry that Lorna hasn't got enough, whereas I used to worry that I didn't have enough.
Transference.
So, so transference, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
But no, not a problem.
What do you miss about, if anything, about living in your old house? There are a few things.
Miss is a kind of a big word, really. There's some things. I mean, we had the most beautiful garden, but it was such hard work.
Yeah.
It was getting harder and harder. It was 1/8 of an acre, but we did a lot with that garden over the years. We had some fantastic family parties, Christmases and that. Everyone could come and stay, and everyone had their own bedroom because we had 5 bedrooms.
We had little camp outs with
like
friends,
we had little mini
giggle
festivals
gabble,
in the
mini festival
garden.
in the garden and
So
stuff.
things like that, obviously, we can't do anymore because, for obvious reasons. So that would be great. But we did so many of them that the memories are fantastic. So
Yeah, no, it's not a
don't
problem.
miss them.
No, I just thought of something.
Go on then.
I haven't pressed the button on the sound thing. Yes, but it's all right because these are recording it. We'll just have to line it up.
Oh, right,
But
yeah.
hopefully we can line it up.
Done all that talking for nothing.
Oh, we might have done. So I miss my sheds.
Yeah,
With all
notice
my
the plural.
tools. Yeah. I miss my sheds. I did have a lot of sheds with tools in and stuff. I miss that, if I'm truthful, because I could go and potter.
Yeah.
There are times. Oh, excuse me. There are times when van life can be pretty boring. When it's raining and you know, if you let it. But I'm saying that there are times when it can be. Lorna's got a lot more hobbies than me. And my hobbies, I find things, I pick hobbies up and then put them down and don't touch them for 6 months. So, being truthful, I do miss that because if I was bored, I'd go off and make some kind of wacky
Go in the garage and
invention.
play.
Oh, it's how long do you plan to do van life for?
Long as we're physically capable, I think. Really, there's no. You know, we've made sure we've got a bit of money. But, you know, if we have to sort of go back to bricks and mortar, it won't be buying; it'll be renting. But
it's emergency.
there might well come a day when we just can't physically do it anymore. You know, at the moment we're hale and hearty.
Next Friday.
We're hale and hearty. You know, we're getting Steve's on medication and that, but we're not having too much trouble getting hold of that. And you're maintaining your health, aren't you? And so far, I don't have any prescribed medication, so that's good. So long story short, as long as we're able, but as soon as it starts becoming difficult and a struggle, then we'll be sensible, obviously.
Yeah.
Where we'll end up, God knows, though. Family all over the country, so.
It would be in a static, probably, if anything.
Probably, something like that,
A static van with a small camper van.
Yeah.
I can't see there's no reason why I won't be able to drive this when I'm 90, though.
I don't know if I'd want to be a passenger with you driving. Your road rage is bad enough now.
Yeah.
Can see you at 90 going, how are you, Robert? I'm going to smack your face in. Waving his walking stick around in the driver's seat.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even suffer road rage. That's complete
nonsense. It's
nonsense.
getting hot in here.
Is it?
Got everything's shut and lights on and that. Get a bit warm.
Chance is a fairly large dog. Is it difficult coping with him indoors when you don't have much room? I've noticed he's outside on a long leash a lot, but you can't always do that if the weather's rubbish.
He's very good, actually. I mean, I take him out every morning without fail. Occasionally on a Sunday I'll have a day off, but he still gets a walk. But I've been trying to walk at least 2 miles a day. And then invariably, at least 2 or 3 times a week, we'll get out with him and take him on the beach. So he gets a good lot of exercise. Yes, he's got a long lead. Most of the campsites prefer that your dog is on a leash, especially Chance anyway, because he'd be off wandering all over the place.
If you're over with that Dalmatian right now.
If just looking at him out the window. But no, he's really good. He's getting older now, so you know he's getting past the ruffian stage that he was when we first left. He's 2.5 now, so he's calmed down a bit. He bothers us. He'll have his dinner, then he wants to play. He's got a hole under here. He's got a whole great big. Oh, I can't pick it up and show you. But he's got a whole great big toy box, and it sits under my seat.
And he gets it out 5 times a day.
And And he's got.
Here he comes.
He's
look.
got 2
He's
lots of.
No, not now.
He's got 2 lots of what we call sucky toys because he does like laying.
Having a suck.
And then we cover the back bed up with an old sheet and what have you, and he likes laying up there and looking out the window. So
yeah,
all
really,
in
the
all,
bedroom's his for most of the day. No, go on, you take it with
that's
you.
it. Go on.
I don't think that came out on there. If it did, that's funny. He is fairly large, but no, we had a Doberman before him, so.
Yeah, he's not. And this is a large motorhome as well.
Who used to stay with us in the tent and everything, didn't he, the Doberman?
Yeah, no, he's no problem at all, really.
Old Harley.
He gets sworn at a lot sometimes, but
yeah,
you know, when he decides sometimes of an evening to go up on the bed and then he'll decide that he's going to nest, so he'll just turn around and kick all the blankets up in the air, and there he is laying on the top in a big pile with a big sheepish grin on his face.
This is a good one, actually. Why did you decide to document your journey on YouTube? Although I'm glad you did. You have said before that you don't make any money from it, and it must take an awful lot of time. At what point do you start making money from YouTube? Well, technically, to be part of the YouTube partner program, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which we were really, really fortunate. We hit that within it was about 4 months.
Thank you, folks.
Yeah, thanks to you guys, which is totally different. I used to have a gaming channel, and 3 years down the track, I got to 1,000 subscribers. So it really depends what you have, doesn't it? So you earn money off of ad revenue, but we've now got to a point where we're getting around about. I'm going to average it out around about £50 a month.
Yeah.
From YouTube.
But you enjoy it. It's like one of your hobbies, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Steve doesn't mind the editing.
But we done it so the family could see where we were.
Initially,
that was the original plan. Was then all the family could just go onto YouTube and have a look. But YouTube is addictive. If you've never done it or whatever, some of you guys out there will definitely know exactly what I mean. It's addictive, and I can't stop. I started 7 years ago.
But it's an art form as well, because you've learnt an awful lot, haven't you, about sound, about your editing, about what you can and can't do.
You learn every day and keep trying to get better and stuff like that. And you see, I mean, I don't consider myself very good at all compared to a lot of people, but I'm learning by watching their videos and stuff like that. So hopefully they'll keep getting better and better and better. But yeah, you can start earning from 1,000 subscribers on if you got a lot of views. So, but but a lot of people are under this misconception, because there are some people out there earning, $100,000 per video. But that's they've got millions of subscribers
and sponsorship and all that sort of thing.
But to get what was it? To get $2,000. You need 240,000 views.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Each video.
Like, a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it's we're nowhere near that. But we use all of ours we're after another camera. So when eventually we get the money for that, YouTube will have paid for that. So it all goes back in. So we don't actually use it for us.
Yes, it does take up quite a lot of time. Steve's quite meticulous in his editing. But like I said, that's something he does at night because he doesn't sleep very well. Needs to sort of be occupied till the wee hours. So that's usually when you do most of it. So it doesn't kind of interfere with our daily life, if you like.
The video easily takes 36 to 48 actual full hours.
That's why we only put out one a week, because that's quite enough, we feel, for us and our purposes. If we were doing it daily, it wouldn't be feasible, really. And the only other time-consuming side about it is invariably we're on sites with a terrible upload
speed. Yeah,
the other day it took like 12 hours to upload the one video up onto YouTube.
That's been the case for a long time. We do have our new router now, though, and it's working really good. Yeah. Good old Huawei. Right, okay. If you could change something about the motorhome, what would it be? The bed.
Yeah, probably would be the bed. I mean, we're quite comfortable with the way we're arranged now. In a way, it's better because Steve's got a lot of his camera equipment up there, so it's not all over the place and it's in one place, so that's really good. So that would exclude me from using that room because there's no room.
There is room. But, we could both sleep in there with the gear that I've got in there, but it just wouldn't work.
No, it's a struggle, that bed. I mean, like I said, I'm keep myself really, really active, but I have got like weaker kind of hips these days. I mean, I don't know whether that is like an arthritis, or I did a lot of horse riding and I did a lot of care work before I qualified in social work, so probably wear and tear on the old bod. But struggling in and out of a transverse bed, you know, in the middle of the night, having to climb over someone and then negotiate down through this narrow gap. No, it don't work.
We hated it, didn't we? We put
Doesn't
up
work.
with it for the first couple of months, and then just went,
No.
this is not working.
But otherwise, like I said, we've got the beautifully large, long kitchen area with loads of workspace. We've got these 2 great big bench seats here in the front.
Which we lay on.
We've got a little swivel table, which is outshot because the cameras are on it. Little round swivel table, but we also got the freestanding big table.
You want to get up here? Come on in. You want to get up here?
Whoa. Good boy.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no, that would be the only real thing that we change.
Yeah, just the bed, just the bed for me.
But I wouldn't want an over the cab bed or a drop down bed, because what we've got now, although we've got that big over the cab space, that is all storage, and they are huge cupboards. We've got masses of storage in this van, so yeah, so that would be it really. Just
like all vans, whoever designs them's probably never ever tried to live in one.
No.
Being away for 2 weeks at a time, you can put
up
up with
most things.
But when you live in them, we've made loads of changes, haven't we? As you will see in videos coming up, actually. Take 2. I always wanted to do that.
What is the most satisfying thing about your journey
so far?
I was just saying, like a different view every couple of weeks when we move on. We wake up to a different view, and 99% of the campsites we've gone to, the views have been spectacular. Waking up at the foot of Loch Lomond to see all of Loch Lomond and the surrounding mountains in front of you. In Northumberland, when we were on Sweet Hope Lofts, the forestry and just amazing, because you feel like you're in it, and it changes. It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
I don't, looking back now and thinking about living in one town all your life and things like that's fine while you're working and raising a family. But I think to myself, you know what, I'd struggle to go back to that at the moment. I really would, because of the satisfying freedom of this life. It is amazing.
I think as well, the one of the satisfying things for me is the fact that we came from a 5-bedroom house with a lovely garden and stuff, and we come down to this, and it hasn't changed us one little bit.
No, we keep talking about when we play the lottery like most people, but we're both of us. I mean, if we did have a big win, yeah, okay, it would be great. We'd be able to buy a property, so we did have a boat hole or somewhere to go to when we retired, but we wouldn't stop doing what we're doing.
No,
we'd just do it in a bit more luxury, maybe.
Yeah, we'd probably have one each.
Yeah. We'd have one and tow one. Yeah,
have one and tow one, yeah. Or buy our own campsite and just keep going away and coming back. That would be something that would be nice, own your own campsite. Yeah,
I wouldn't want to change what we're doing.
No.
Family, I mean, yes, you do miss family, but the way we were, and particularly with I've got 4 kids from previous marriage, they're all over the country anyway. I mean, my youngest daughter is in Scotland, and she's the one, and her partner who, we use their address as our registered address, which is great, at the doctor's surgery. And she's amazing, Mitra, because she'll go and collect Steve's prescription and post it to us wherever we are. So that's really, really cool. And then I've got a son and a daughter who live in Yorkshire, and then I've got a son that lives in Hampshire. My mum was the only person that used to live in Dymchurch, and then there was of my family, and then Steve's got a sister in Dymchurch, so there wasn't many people to leave behind. So my mum then went to live in Worthing, near my brother in Sussex. So, we're not moving out of a situation where we've got family all around us all the time, so there wasn't anything to miss there. It might be very difficult for some people to kind of do that. But for us, that's been okay. And the time we do spend now with family is probably more qualitative anyway, because we're more focused on what we're doing. It's not flying visits. So yeah, so that's all worked out well. It's good.
I'm just having a look to see if there's any other ones. A lot of them kind of lead into each
Yeah,
other.
we've already answered them. In
Right,
different ways.
so let's end this part of it with one piece of advice to others contemplating full-time van life.
Oh, crikey. Do your research. We did. You know, we decided to do this at least 2 years before it actually happened, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And, you know, we looked at lots of vans. We started watching YouTubes.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, so the camera's overheating. Never seen that before. But one piece of advice to others contemplating full-time van life. Definitely, as you said, or might not come out on here, so you might as well say
Yeah,
again
just
about do your
do research. I say we were at least 2 years before we actually took off. You know, spent a long time looking at YouTube channels and people to see
layout of your van or motorhome is
what are your particular needs, what can't
Yeah.
you do without, you know, lifestyle wise and what have you, as to size of van and
yeah.
and making sure that you know that you've done everything that you possibly can before you actually take that big step and leave and embark.
Yeah. Other than that, though, I really genuinely, and I mean this, yeah, just go for it.
Yeah.
Because you won't regret it.
No. Not if you like the adventure and excitement of being in different places. There's insecurity that goes with that as well.
Yeah.
But you know, if you've got a sense of adventure and you're free spirited in that respect, then yeah, go for it because it is amazing.
And
It is
I mean,
amazing.
there are hard sides to it.
Yeah.
But as I've always said to Lorna, like, you know, with the continual emptying this and emptying toilets and emptying it, if that's the hardest thing I've got to do in life, then this is a doddle.
And there's way round things. And when we bought, before we left, we bought an extra cassette,
Yeah.
an extra set for toilet cassette. So, you know, if the weather's really nasty and your Elson's, you know, a little walk away, then, you know, then that's good because that makes life a lot easier. We were going to laundromats and Revolution Kiss laundromats in garages and in last winter to a great degree, and that not only was that expensive, but oh god, standing around waiting for the washing to finish. So we bought the washing machine. You know, you learn as you go along, but you've got to be able to get back to basics. You can have luxury. I mean, I consider that our van is quite modern and luxurious in lots of ways, but the lifestyle's not luxurious, you know. You do.
Oh, we don't like luxurious
we
lifestyle.
don't.
We didn't have a luxurious lifestyle in our house.
No, you've got to be happy
We
going
lived
in
like
your wellies.
We lived like a pair of farmers most of the time. So, yeah, I would say that's why it suited us as it did, didn't it?
Yeah. So you just got to be sure that the things that are important to you, your own values and that, and in the way you live as well. I mean, if you're a super tidy person and like things to be in their place and all the rest of it, then you know you'll find adapting to van life fairly easy. If you're not that kind of person and you strew things everywhere and that, you're going to have to learn differently.
Yeah, you have to pick up as you go. That is definite.
You can't
pick up, wash up, do everything like that as you go. But other than that, one piece of advice for me, and I know they all say just do it, but it's true. Just give it a go.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, if you bought a van, didn't like it, you'll sell it the following week, right, for more money than you paid for it.
You know, depending on what the climate's like at the time.
But at the moment, it's still so inflated, the prices of things. You wouldn't have a problem getting rid of it.
We wouldn't have thought so.
You definitely would. I wouldn't have thought running
at a loss. I did 13 years ago. I bought a motorhome.
You lost a lot of money. Didn't you?
I lost quite. It wasn't a huge one, but I mean, I tried to sell it, and you know, I did. I took quite a big 15,000 pound loss, and I'd only had it a couple of years. So things change, don't they, quite quickly, depending on what the financial circumstances are in the country.
But I would say go for it, definitely.
Yeah.
So what we got coming up? We got a video coming up. Hopefully this will be out tonight.
Thank you really well.
Because that will take us into the 365 days. We got a video coming out on Monday. It's 3/4 done, but that will definitely be done. And then all systems resumed, really, back to normal. But we will be doing some tips videos. They're not getting great views or anything, but if they're helpful to one person, then they're worth it for us to make. So thank you for your responses. A big thank you, as always, from in here for all of your support, because without you guys, this channel wouldn't be where it is and where it's growing. It's growing and growing. Well, it would exist, but it would be just literally for the family. The videos would be different. I wouldn't be putting in quite the effort that I do for
and he does
it.
put in a lot of effort.
Don't make it that this is all me. Lorna has to put up with me saying, "Stop! Don't walk past the camera yet." And,
have you got your microphone on?
Quick, have you got your microphone on? And yeah, I mean, I was lucky. I didn't think Lorna was going to take part as much as she has done. It's grown on Lorna, which is all I ever wanted, was to share this hobby with you, wasn't it? So I'm made up about the state of play, and I say a lot of it's down to you guys. So, and thank you for your super thanks and all the just the positive, great little community that we've got. And we love it, absolutely love it. We love all of you guys, and we will see you very, very soon.
We will. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.
Just